Excellent. So welcome to section 2 of Guy in a Bathtub. Sorry, cut, buff guy in a bathtub. Guy, hot guy in a beard in a bathtub, strange guy in a bathtub. I don't know. We are going to be working on the face today and maybe a little bit on the hands. And then I think we're going to call this one done. We'll see how it goes. We got a lot into blocking in the shapes. And I wish I could get in a little bit closer, but I can't really do that. So Melissa, across the thread, I've sent a close-up of his face. Let's look at some things about this face. And do I have another copy of this? I think I do. I don't want to I'm going to go with a pencil so that we can see more. And one of those is, look at how there's I can see this is going to be tricky to see. So I'll make sure to pull up another. I think we need light. So I'm going to do this with maybe I'll do this with a white pencil. Let's see how that goes. Okay. So we've got this. Notice this is an angle line, right? It goes like this. And then, yeah, interesting. So if we divide this into thirds, the same way we normally do with the profile shot, you can see one. So the first third goes here, from here to here, kind of in between the eyebrows. And if I go down the same amount, the second third literally is under the underside of his nose. 1, 2, 3, where I think his chin ends, right? Where I think his chin, this is exactly 1, 2, maybe up here a little bit. Yep. 1, 2, 3. This is like the thirds, right? The rule of the thirds that we're going to say. And then there's one extra third for his beard. So honestly, when we sketch in our beginning line here to do the face, and the first thing I'm going to do, and Melissa, I would recommend you do this too, is let's erase these lines because they're going to be confusing. And then what I want to do instead, oh yeah, and I can already see that doing this, is this a straight line? It's kind of a straight line that kind of bends a little bit like this. Can you see it? There's a straight line down and then is that right? Really right. It slightly bends this way and then it slightly bends. It's an angle.
It bends halfway.
No.
No.
No, I don't think so anyway. Well, let me double check. One. No, it bends more at the third line.
Okay.
So here, from here to here, right, is kind of where we think his chin would be. And then we're dividing this into 2 thirds. 1, 2. Nope, my thirds need to be bigger. Or maybe this needs to be smaller. Basically, from here, let me show you how this is looking, and then I'll show you how to sketch it out. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 equal quarters. Right? And the question is kind of so from here to here, which is what we've been using, right, from here to here was kind of what we were using for our measuring tools. This is what I'm just trying to assess. I want to make sure. And I want to double check one more thing. Hold on. 1. So 1. So this this should be no wider than really that. Yep. Okay. So we're going to deal with this as a thirds situation. And then we're just going to add an extra third and turn it into a fourth. Let me do this. So I would say kind of starts on the left edge here. I wonder if we should just do this. Nah, it does really curve a little bit. From here. Nope. I'm having a moment. Give me a moment. I'm having a hard time putting I know what I would do, but I'm not sure I'm able to explain it to you. So let me figure this out. Let me figure out the words. Maybe it is about a halfway. It kind of angles slightly out and then angles down. Yeah, maybe it is. At the end of the day, maybe it is about a halfway situation from the bottom of the beard to the top of the head. So about here, we angle kind of this way, and then we kind of angle the other direction. So it's like two angle lines, right? Lines meeting each other as an angle.
Okay.
Yep, that's the best I can do to explain it right now. Once you do that, then you're going to divide this into 4 equal quarters. So quarter 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Needs to scoot up just a little bit. This needs to scoot up just a little bit too. No, it looks more like it. 1, 2. You scoot up a little bit. Yep. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. So it's like slightly angled this way, slightly angled this way, and then divided into 4 equal quarters. Quarter 1 is where his eyebrows are. And they kind of bend, right? Like this. Quarter 2 is where his nose ends, the bottom of his nose, right? Quarter 3, so his lip is kind of in that first third from what we can see. The rest is kind of mustache, and then the rest is beard. We'll need to kind of reshape our beard. Does that make sense? So it's like eyebrows. Good, because I didn't think it. I'm having a hard time finding words today. Right, and then the eyes, the middle eye line is probably. Are you halfway? It's a little less than halfway. So I'd say the middle eye line kind of goes like this and then bends down. And it's almost like he's got sunglasses on right now. Get rid of those later, but this is the block, right? This is the bigger shape that I'm kind of trying to draw. And I can show you this is like here. The future's so bright. Gotta wear shades. 1, 2. 1, 2. Make sure this doesn't go too long. I extended it a little too far to the right. This point right here, where everything meets up, is about from here about halfway. Oh, a little bit more maybe. One, two. So let me take a picture of that and I'll send that over. Hopefully that's helpful. I think it's helpful. I don't know. Let's see. And when you're ready, just send a picture across. And Mariana, as you're working, send stuff over and I'll take a look as well. Like as you're blocking in, you can go ahead and send stuff if you want to.
Alrighty, thank you. I'm still just measuring, okay?
Good girl. My bad. A+ student. Good, good, good.
Let me go get my phone. I'll be right back.
Okay. And I'm gonna go make myself a cup of tea. I'll be right back. Tea, 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 tea. Tea, tea. So how's the day been, girls?
It's been good. Today, I just finished this big project that I was stressed out about. So
What was it?
it was like we have this like day, it's like it's called like PI planning. It's like digital, like basically creating like digital products and stuff. So we have this like PI planning. We have to have like all our products like ready to be like
Showcase, basically.
presented to developers. Yeah, it's like a stressful time. Like, so I finally got it done. I'm like happy it's over.
Congratulations. How wonderful.
Thank you.
I know exactly what you mean. That kind of feeling of like, oh my God, I thought this thing was never gonna
Yeah, it's like, is this stupid thing ever gonna end? And I'm like, why am I working here? I quit. No, you know, and like you feel like you can throw a chair against the window. You're like, I'm done with this place.
I'm done. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna check a couple things, Melissa, and one of them is, I feel like I don't think your ear is in the right place, and I feel like your head isn't wide enough. So we're gonna do, so at the, let's do this.
Oh yeah, the ear is off. But I just realized that
Yes,
too.
I
It's
think
really
there's-
low.
Wide enough here, right? So
Yeah.
at the, let's see, where's the halfway point? So they have at the sort of, from the bottom of the eye to the edge of the ear, if you look here, that distance, which kind of nips over the top of the ear, right? So the top of the ear, and I'll check mine too, lines up with the bottom of the eye here, right? So the bottom of the eye is here. If I draw a line straight across, it's like 3/4 of the way up the face. So now let me check mine. I might not be right either. No, it's all right. It's 3/4 up the face. So do you see where this line is coming at the like a little bit? It's not the halfway point, right? Here's the halfway point. 1/2 right here. Above the halfway point. It's kind of where the eye, the bottom eye lines up and goes across to the edge of the ear. And this distance should be 3/4 of the way up the face. And when I measure yours, maybe it's right. I don't know.
I changed mine.
Actually, yeah, it needed to be a little bit wider. Did you see that? Just a touch. So send it
Yep.
over.
Okay.
Now, did you put your ear in the right place? So the half the ear coming up.
Yep. Let's make that.
I'm totally gonna need to print this guy again. Let's see if I can do that from here. Let me see if I got it. I should try study. I did, and this is the second one, and I still need to print it again. So let me do that. Printing him for a third time. Info. Okay. Ah, better. Ear is bigger, honey. Look at how big that ear is. It kind of juts out. So you're still trying to contain it within the head, but look, the head comes
Oh
out.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. The ear is big. The ear goes from here,
All the way to the nose.
bottom, way before lower the nose. Look at. From here down to here. Behind the bottom of the nose. Mariana, that looks pretty good. Keep going. Good job, babe. Just good job, babe. You got this. Mariana, I love watching you incorporate, because when you incorporate, you deeply understand it. I know when you've done it, you're like deeply understanding. It's wonderful. You've come so far. And I think what's really neat is, let's see, yes, print this out one more time. I think what's really neat for me to see is that your voice, I feel like you have a very specific voice and it wants to come out, and all this technique is going to do nothing but help it. You're still going to be doing very Mariana type stuff, but with a little bit more consciousness, right? A little bit more skill level in terms of where to put things and measuring, and I just think it's really exciting. I hope if you guys have time, either of you, to take the caricature drawing class. Our next one will be, I haven't decided yet, it's going to be sometime in December. But it's really phenomenal as well and a lot of fun. And great for teaching. Okay, so I have a third one where we can actually look at the features of his face. Here we go. So once we've done sketching out, we've got to be able to look at this again. Sorry. Good. Good. Okay. You think you've got it, Melissa? Let me know. Oh.
Yeah.
I kind of like how you've anticipated where you think his chin, his jaw are going to go here. Oh, there you go. That looks right, doesn't it?
It looks better.
Mm-hmm. Totally looks better. All right. So let's go on. So the next thing to kind of look at is the outer shape. See, this is the problem. I'm going to get the shapes. If you want to, we can sketch in the kind of shape of the eyes. They kind of come above and below. Here. This eye is bigger, right? Because we can see it more. And then notice the shape of the nose. And here I'm going to sketch it in, and then we'll look at the next one. It's like the nose kind of the bridge of the nose comes all the way up to the eyebrow line. That first third comes down past the eye here and then comes down. And then on this side, it kind of lines up with the eye and then comes in this extreme shadow. So you see it's like narrower here than it is over here. I'll take a picture. And then that's some good relationships. And then below that, you'll see the mustache. We're not going to deal quite yet with the mouth. The mustache kind of comes down on this side, and then it lines up with the edge of the nose here comes down a little bit and then goes up to the side of the ear and down. So you can see why that ear is so important to get it right. Ear, let me see if I've got my ear in the right place. My ear should be lined up. Yeah, even my ear, I had to move down just a little bit. Ears really big. Ears are so big. They're bigger than. There we go. And then there's a tiny bump behind his head here because he's turned his head, and then his neck kind of comes down below the shoulder blades. Let me take a picture of that. Close up. And then I'll take both. You can see how if you miss establishing a relationship, like kind of where it is relating to everything else, it can really muck everything up, right?
Yeah.
If we don't have the ear in the right place, it means we can't get any of these other shapes right. And actually, what's kind of fun about a pose like this is it's so extreme, the shapes are kind of easier to see. Even though they're weird, they're really weird. What a fabulously good-looking man he is.
No, he's nice arms.
Fabulous. I love his face. I'm just like, whoo,
He picked a good one.
right?
Yeah.
Not easy on the eyes.
You should just pick more just good looking men. That'll be
Yes. Oh my God, we're totally objectifying him. I'm so sorry, but you know, somehow I kind of have a feeling he wants us to.
oh yeah, with a pose like that, he wants us to
Yes, he does.
Objectify.
He does. He's saying, "Come on, babes. Look at how hot and soulful I am."
yeah.
How is that coming along, Melissa? Are you finding a lot of rejigging?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm trying to
I've had to do it too.
like,
Take your time, no rush. You just got through your big project. Mariana just had a shitty week, busy week. let's like take our time.
Just relax.
Yes. As you're pushing yourself very hard. Relaxing. Strange, isn't it?
But I like this type of pushing hard though.
Yeah, because nobody does, yeah, like nobody's job is dependent on it, like nobody's.
Yeah.
I hear you. I know, it's a different kind of pushing. Let's see. That looks pretty good, Melissa, but okay, I want you to remember something. As you're sketching these out. Okay. This is a sharper, I know it's hard to see. This is really sharp. Did I have another one? Let's see. Oh, fuck, come on.
Oh, the nose area?
Yeah, look at it, because we're looking up, right? We're not like looking down. So fucking annoying. Just like, but it's more like a house than it is like a bulb, which is how you've drawn it.
Okay, let's see.
right? It's more like a house.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like kind of a sharp angled. Good thing I have another copy of this, which really is talking about how we're looking. So look at the relationship of this, look at this shape, right? See how these two things, everything's very angled. And that's because we're kind of looking up at him. But good, generally good. I'll be right back, you guys. 1 minute. Hey, girls, have you met my, okay, he's like, don't do that to me.
I heard that growl.
He was like, nope.
No. He's like, no.
Not now. That's a fair point. Okay, oh yeah, so you're working on the nose, working on this. Mhm. And then we're going to do some close-up look at the face to see where to put the shape of the eyes. All that stuff. Mariana, are you still in Victor's room? Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to give you till after Christmas.
Okay. Give me until summer because it's gonna be too cold in the garage. So
No, you know what we're talking about. The twins will be back at school.
Shredded, dried chicken breast, because they love it so much. Do you? No, well, I
You're
don't
a hater.
eat, so not that, but I started giving them temptation to cat treats. It's like crack. They love, I have some of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, it's not another.
Pebbles never used to yell at me, and now every day, multiple times a day, she yells. She wants them. She wants them.
This.
She yells though. It's really obnoxious and annoying.
Who is doing this?
Be careful on those. Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
I see. Sorry, Marianne. Sorry, I got it. That's Jessica talking. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, who is that talking? Oh, it's Jessica on the video. Hang on. Sorry, I'll get back here. Come on. All right. You. Gallery. Now come here. I'm going to put you back up as spotlight for everyone. There we go. Let's see. All right. All right. This looks pretty good, Melissa. I'm gonna double check. 1, 2. So Melissa, the only other thing to, oh, I see. Wait. I think you're, okay. There's a little tweak we need to work on, and then I think you're in pretty good shape. So your eyes are a little bit too far down the face.
Okay.
If you look at your measurement here, yours is kind of down further. And I know why. Wait. 1. Yep. So notice here, and I'll really show you. It's 1 and then 2. It's the bottom of the nose, right at the bottom of the nose where the halfway point is. And you'll see that your mouth is at the halfway point. So 1, well, actually, oh yeah. 1, 2, 3. Well, you know what? Let's leave it for now. What we're going to do is reshape the top of the head. So
Okay.
let's spend a little moment doing that. And because I need to do that as well. And then we'll go into the features.
Okay.
So if you look at this, you'll see, right, that this is kind of happening in pieces. So those are these are the 2 front pieces, right? And these are the sides. So you can already see that mine is not right? This is pouching out too much. So I'm going to angle it more like that. And then this kind of goes straight across. Actually, this comes down a little bit more. And then straight. And then down. And then this piece kind of angles down. Can you see how I did that? Like, wait a minute, something's off. Yep, this needs to come up more. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm really seeing, and I can really see the shape of the face now. There we go. So this is where I really start to see how well are my shapes working. Also, is this the same size? Nope. Well, that's about right. This side should be, this is just more truncated. This is kind of the flattest part. But I need to be able to do that right around the outside edge. And then this really needs to angle down to get the real front and sides. And then down here, we have that happening. And then once we get that, we'll be able to go to the so here, let me take a picture of that. I'll take it like this. Mine still looks a little short though, doesn't it? As I take a picture, I think it looks kind of short. Let me look at it first. So 1, 2, 3. I'm doing a couple of measurements now. 1, 2. Okay, so let's try this one. 1, 2. Actually, yeah, I think this comes in just a little bit more. And that narrows down. I think of that. So In which case, 1, 2. Oh, yeah. And I'm kind of taking a little bit off the top of his head. Since he's got no hair, I'm actually literally chopping up the skull a little bit. And then the last thing I'm going to check is from here to here. Interesting, that's exactly the same size. Okay, I feel better about it. I felt like this just wasn't going out. This wasn't extending out far enough, but now it looks better to me. I know it looks like this minute changes, but let's see. Let me send this over. Did you see, Mariana? I think we gave you a shout out last week. I'm pretty sure it's in the recording. And then, there we go. Let's, there we go. I'm gonna bring this back so I can. Charge it on. Okay.
I think the head is, something is not right.
I think you, yes.
The head's too big on the top.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say is that I felt this line was down too long.
Yeah,
So what you've done is I can even see it. You've kind of drifted up.
yeah.
You see how you've drifted up? So bring down the top. If you look where your if you look at the very top of the head in your line, you'll see that there's a little mark and you've gone above it. See that?
Yep.
So go below it. Go to that marker just below it. And you'll trim off quite a lot. Good eye. And I think that will help you. And you see, I did it too. Can you see my marks? They are kind of started up and then they came down. Yeah, that's what I had been noticing is I was like, I thought this was down too far, but I think we can work on it by adjusting the head at the top. Come on, Buzzy. Buzzy Bazoo.
Hmm.
Oops, sorry.
Hmm.
Did that work for you, Melissa?
Yeah, I don't know if it still needs to be shaved down though.
So shave it down. If you think it needs to, it does.
Yeah. It still needs to be shaved down. I don't know why I want to make it big. I don't know.
Because you're thinking of looking at him from the front and we're not looking at him from the front.
Yeah.
Perspective thing that's happening that needs to be. Here's one more thing that might help you. I'm gonna do it over here. Hang on. Look at what lines up with everything here. And then look at what lines up with everything here. That help a little bit. In terms of seeing the relationships, you know, you've got the, whatever this part of the hand is called. I should probably do that myself. We might work on this for a third. We'll see. Sorry.
Okay, let me see.
Okay.
Oh, no. Mm. Mm. I don't know. I think I need a break. I don't think I'm getting it.
Take a break. Take 5 minutes, get up, stretch, walk away. That's a great idea. Or you can stop here if you want to, and we can just pick it up next week. But definitely give yourself just a little time. And sometimes getting like kind of obsessive about one area.
Yeah, you get like.
Yeah, you just get tight. Seriously, walk away for like 5 minutes, Melissa. If you still feel like working on it when you come back, we'll keep going. If you don't, we will stop here. And but I'll keep the channel on because I know, Mariana, you'd like to keep working.
Yeah, my video, the previous one already finished, so
Okay.
I'm trying to
So
follow
now you're
up
just
the
working.
drawings of the first minutes of this session. For the
Perfect.
case, but I'm a little bit lost in some areas.
Okay. Send it over.
Oh my, I'm afraid the hands are a disaster.
The arms are a disaster. Then let
The
me take a
hands,
look at the.
the hands are a disaster.
Well, we haven't done the hands yet.
No,
so
no, I didn't do, I just the place. I didn't do them.
The place is a disaster?
Yes.
Okay, send that over. That I can help with.
Disaster. Maybe I made him too wide. I don't know what I did.
Wait, did you send it? I'm not seeing it.
Send it.
Send it over. Okay. You probably made it too wide, but we will talk.
Yeah, I made him too wide. Why did I make him too wide if I measure him?
So you did too much work without checking those measurements with me first. Why didn't you? You did. Yeah,
No, but I didn't change the measurements that I sent you.
well, but that wasn't the end of checking the measurements, right? It was not just laying the gesture lines down. It was like, it's like kind of constructing around them. All right. Part of this, Mariana, can you send it again? For some reason, it's acting weird.
Yeah.
Send it a picture again and I'll walk you through it.
Okay.
Melissa, you can take a break if you want. Or you can listen to me talk with Mariana about it. So
I think it is
so I'll
it's
show
too
you.
wide, but I think it is just the left side.
Okay, good. That's perfect. Send it over again so I can look at it.
Looks like an alien.
There we go. Yes. Number one, your hands are way too small. Yes. Number
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
fine. So if you look at I'm going to show you a couple of lines. So where the head is, right? Where the beard is, just to the left of that is where the arm is.
Mm-hmm.
So draw a line, a straight line down from where your beard is, and you will see where to put this arm, and then also where to block in this hand.
Mm-hmm.
See that? Look at
Yeah.
how huge that is. This hand really lines up with the edge of the ear.
Yeah,
So
the
you-
hands are not wrong. The wrong is the
Okay, so but are you looking at what the solution is? The solution?
yeah, I have to shrink him.
No.
No?
Yes, but let me show you how so that you don't make
Uh-huh.
yourself crazy. Don't try to guess where things are. Draw a straight line down here in your drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Draw a straight line with your pencil down here. Oh, fuck
Yeah.
no. So do this. You're going to do this with your drawing. God damn it. Where's the pencil that actually has a thingy on it? Ah, here we go. You're going to draw a straight line down like this. And then you're going to box, and that's going to show you where to put this side of the arm. And so this, then you're going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to line this up. Right?
Yeah.
And then this with the edge of the ear.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to draw these shapes. That's what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that will help you figure out where all these things need to go. So try that.
All right.
We're going to do that on the left side, and then we're going to have you do it on the right side. So this is what I mean when I say things are relation, right? What is the relationship of where the head is to where the arm lays? What is the relationship of the head to the shoulder? If you want to get really serious about it, right? You can draw these shapes in too. There we go. Okay. Okay. Did you get it? Did you get it? Here,
I don't know.
let's see. She's like, I don't even know anymore. Leave me alone. Oh, that looks much better. And you can continue to adjust it. Oh, part of the problem, Melissa, is that this angle is wrong.
Oh, the eyebrow.
Yes, look at
Maybe
it.
that's why I was screwing up, because I'm like,
Isn't
yeah,
that
it's
funny?
relational.
It's the one thing. So yours is like, I'm gonna show you exactly.
It needs to be more angled, right?
Yours is like that. So if you
Yeah.
pick it up, then it will. Then you'll be fine. That'll be good. And then this measurement, when you do that, yep. Yep, that'll be good. Then things are corrected. That's so funny. I think it's the one thing. It never is.
There's the freaking eyebrow.
The bottom of the eyebrow. Well,
Yeah.
it's the top of the head. You had to adjust both. But see, don't you feel good now you figured that out? That's a good thing.
Yeah. Because this thing was like,
This thing
killing
is a pain in the butt. I'll totally.
it was like, why can't I get it? I'm like, what am I not seeing?
So this is the lesson of drawing, right? The lesson of drawing is that sometimes it's the thing that you think is the problem that you're working on, and sometimes it's the thing next to the thing.
Yeah.
Really
It was the head, it was the freaking eyebrow that was throwing
well,
me.
it's the bottom of that shape and not the top. Right? That's all it is. And when you get more used to thinking about things as like shapes and less as like eyebrow, right? Then it's easier to see those adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you start thinking about a thing as a thing that you start getting ideas, like little left brain ideas about it in your head. I don't know. The more I spend time drawing, the more I think the left brain is not logical at all. It's like kind of nonsense. It's kind of like twittering away nonsense. It's
It
just
doesn't see like relationship between things. It's like
it doesn't see, yes, it has
like 10, it sees it at 2,000 feet, but not 20,000 feet. It's not like big picture, like
exactly. It's not big picture. Yeah. Oh my God, you just completely defined it. Yep, that's exactly it. It's not big picture. The left brain is not big picture. It's very specific, small picture. Which
Yeah.
of course we also need when we're trying to describe something, right? We need that. So it's
Oh
not,
yeah, it can be useful at times.
but it's annoying when you're trying to get, yeah, you just got it, girl.
But
Got-
you know, developers, because I work with engineers and they are so not like they can't see things at 20,000 feet.
Yeah.
They
I think
cannot
a lot
see
of people
things.
can't. I don't think a lot of people can go from micro to macro.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are not like that either. Like,
I think it's a skill you have to train and hone. And I think the right brain skills, the visual spatial skills are really important. To
yeah,
develop.
our society doesn't really emphasize that. I
Mm-mm.
feel like in school, like we're all supposed to be, they try to exercise your left brain, but then people aren't really big picture oriented, you know, they're not.
Right. Exactly. Bang, you've got it. Wish I had enough money to give you a job and hire you to work for me.
I'll work for you. I'll quit my job in a second. I'll help. I would love to work
Marketing.
for
I want
you.
you to buy marketing. That's what I want you to do.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe in a year or two, let's put a pin in that conversation because you never know.
Okay.
But that's the kind of thinking that is absolutely right. The biggest issue people have is that I felt like when I finally learned how to draw, that like my left brain was finally like, that's what I've been missing. The 20,000, the macro. This is macro. It's visual spatial is macro. It's how to see how things fit together. And that is a huge skill to develop. And there's a visual side to it that no one has taught how to understand. I mean, we use it on some level, right? That's why, like, when, I can say, what direction is the light coming from? People can mostly answer that question, but then they can't tell you why, right? They can't tell you why do you know that? They don't have the words to describe it. So it's an interesting, it blew my mind. And once I started once I really understood that, it changed a lot of things for me, like how I analyze situations. I felt a lot more.
Oh, you can't. I feel like in leadership, especially, like you can't be a leader unless you have your right brain intact, you know? Like how are you supposed to know like high level, like what's going on?
Yep. Hey, Mariana, by the way, I want to show you when you start to fix this side, you're going to need to fix this side as well. It's too far out on this side. So maybe not, but we'll know more when you bring him in. Yeah. And we also, Melissa, notice how easy it is to resist it, right? You don't want to
know.
Like people don't want to actually compare, like it's hard work. So a lot of people don't want to, they don't want that in their life. They want their life to be simple, easy, and but this I find as I have like incorporated it more, it's so, see, once we establish like these things, right, then I can take this and be like, oh, this tells me how far this is, right? The hand from one end to the other is virtually the same length as the arm.
Oh, it's totally reprogram. I mean, I had to reprogram myself to think that way.
It's addictive though, isn't it? Because it's
But I like it though. I mean, I kind of like exercising that stuff.
logical. It's very logical. Like it's a logical, like once you learn it, it's a very logical way of thinking. I agree. It's quite fabulous. And it's kind of a fight. Some people resist it more than others. It's interesting to me to see like who kind of is like, oh yeah, this makes total sense. And other people who have strong ideas about how drawing should be, and they fight it more. It's like more of a fight. So I don't know. It's interesting. It changed things for me. It made me smarter, I would say.
But that's why we have, if you think about it, like we have two sides of a brain for a reason, you know? It doesn't make sense if you're only exercising one side. That means you're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
halfway potential, you know?
Yeah. And of course, we know that these are really like kind of misnomers in a way, because the brain is so flexible. I mean, this, you know, ultimately, oh, I like you. You're cute. I'm here. Wait. Yes. So then, will you just tell me, why don't you look over and adjust everything from this relationship that I just added for Mariana there? Why don't you check a few things and then we'll go into face if we have time, and if not, we'll do it another. We shall do it another time. I'm find myself very often, you know, honestly, working for Starbucks part-time really changed things for me, because it really shows me I had to learn a new skill set, and I could really see where my brain was helping me and where it wasn't. Where it was like, wait
Oh,
a
you have
minute.
to be like that one is like multitasking, doing 10 things at once.
This is the hardest thing I have ever, it was the hardest thing I have learned in a long time. Absolutely.
It's
Hardest.
hard to do. Yeah. I mean, I remember like when I worked in I used to work at Panera back in the day, and I had to like make sandwiches.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I remember what a mess I would make, because I was like so discombobulated. I'm like, wait, you gotta get this
Yeah.
salad and put this together, and it was like a freaking mess. I'm like, oh my God, like I guess I'm not used to doing that, you know?
Yeah. You should have seen me 2 weeks ago. I was stuck on the bar during a rush. And I only sort of half know the drinks, right? So I'm like, I don't remember what order things go in, but it's not just that. And so I'm like, it was like that. I think I've told people this I Love Lucy episode where she's on the chocolate candy line, and you know, she's stuffing stuff in her shirt and getting shit everywhere. But
Oh yeah.
but at the end of that day, I walked out just going, fuck. And then I walked in the next day and it was a million times easier.
Oh,
Like,
you got used to it.
well, I started to understand the system. And the weird thing about handling drinks at Starbucks is that you start one and then you don't finish that one right away. You start one, and then when one part of that is done, you start the next two. So you have to start the next two before you finish the one that you started, which feels weird, right? It feels weird to leave something kind of hanging halfway, but if you don't, there's a system, and it won't work if you don't like do it that way. So I don't know. I was kind of intrigued.
You found a pattern.
Well, I didn't find it. They taught it to me. They teach it to you. It's called what do they call it? Sequencing. It's called sequencing.
Oh,
It is full on taught, but the only way you can learn it is by doing it and fucking it up. You can't intellectually understand it. You have to do it until your brain gets used to doing it.
it's like a memory. It gets like ingrained.
It's a hand motion, and drawing is a lot the same. It's like you have to, I mean, I knew intellectually what I was supposed to do, but that didn't mean I could do it. Right? I kept forgetting in the middle. I get really flustered. It was like, you know, like it was, I'd forget, oh, I got to do this first before I do that. It was crazy. And so a lot of it is, that's why I'm like, how much of this? So I got it. It's in. I mean, I'm not fantastic, but I get what the sequence is, and I do it the same way every barista does it. I was trained finally to do that. But I'm curious because I'm so close to remembering how I learned it, I'm like, what a fascinating how much was my brain in the way of that process? And how much was my brain helping that process? I don't really know. Since I couldn't intellectually just learn it, I had to do it. It's almost like my hands had to train my brain. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like you stop thinking. Maybe you go like in a meditative state.
Yeah, my
If you
hands
think
have
too
to
much,
do
it'll
enough.
yeah, you won't do it if you overthink it.
You overthink it, you'll stop yourself from doing it. The only way through it is to have an I Love Lucy
Oh.
moment or many. Woo, it's terrible. It was the worst.
Which one are you at?
I'm at the one on 60th and Columbia. It's this cute little drive-through. Come visit. I'll get you a
Yeah, if
drink.
I'm ever in my area, there's a Starbucks by me that's really cute on like 23rd.
Oh yeah, that place is great. I trained
That's
there.
cute. I like that. It has a little outdoor space.
Yep. This one is a pure drive-through. It's just a drive-through. It's like next to a plaid pantry. It's in a very industrial area, but it's adorable. I love it. It's really fabulous. If you're ever in the neighborhood, come by, drive through.
I'll definitely come by.
Gotta buy.
I don't order crazy drinks either, so I don't order like a half shot and then I don't know. People order crazy things like.
All right, so Mariana, I'm gonna look here. I'm checking your measurements.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do the same thing with the left side, but it's better.
With the right side?
Look at how. So the biggest. Yeah, the right side. Sorry, his left side.
The
Yeah,
measuring again is supposed to be fine, but it might be wrong.
if I draw a line straight down, look at how close. from the-
Cannot hear you.
Hold on. Okay, so we're going to spend another session on this drawing. I want you to look at something.
It's
Look at
okay,
how
he's a
close,
large guy.
right? Look at how close. This is the line from the edge of his beard.
Mm-hmm.
This is how close that arm line is. You have yours over here. You've put it here. Whoops. You put it here.
I got it.
The arm, look at how close it is. It's like,
Yeah, but do you think it is because the arm is not wide enough or because
Yes. The arm isn't big enough because you put this here.
yeah, I got you. Yeah.
That's why. Yes. It may be there's still problems here. I'm going to
Yeah.
check a couple of other things, but the first thing you need to do is really pay attention to where things line up. I still feel like you're kind of resisting that. I think you're kind of guessing more than you're actually looking.
No, I just messed up the measurement somehow.
But how? Are you looking at the measurements or are you scooting things? What's happening?
No, I think I made some mistake with the measurements because it
Oh,
was,
so you're struggling. Okay. Well, and this is the thing, Mariana. There's no like number, right? You can't measure this with a number. You have to kind of evaluate it spatially.
yeah, that's what I did. But
So you still make things too big. That's what's going on. So look at this shape. Do this. Make these two shapes. Make this skinny one. This is where his armpit is, right? And then this shape is the kind of shape of his outer arm. Look at the difference. Skinny. I think that's an easier way to see it.
mhm,
So I would sketch it like this.
mhm.
Let's see. Here's my pencil. Pencil that works. No, I don't get that. That was too much for me to ask here. Hold on, I'll sharpen a pencil and. Oh. So once again, I'm coming over here. I'm drawing this skinny rectangle in, right?
Mhm.
Skinny rectangle, and it's lined up with the edge of the beard. This is where the arm starts. And then there's this second piece See that?
Yeah.
That's what you need. You need this shape next to that shape. Just try getting these two shapes. Don't try drawing the actual subject, just get these two shapes in. And by the way, these shapes are, this length is about the length of 3/4 of the face. Yep.
Which length? Can you
This-
repeat that?
From here, from the shoulder down to the hand, which is where that
Okay.
shape stops,
Mhm.
like 3/4 of the face from here to here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yep, so start with those,
Mhm.
and that will help you. Oh my goodness, hello, guy. How you doing? I'll be right back, girls. Oh, sorry, Buzzy. Okay, you can be in here. There you go. Oh. That's hard. Delete that one. Try this again. All right. And we've got about 10 minutes left.
I'll just send you what I have and then I'll work on it next week.
Okay, I think that sounds great, but I think you got there.
Okay, I'm like trying
Got
to
it.
fix the arms now, but I don't know. I have to fix it later.
That's okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, Melissa, that looks great. Yep. This looks fabulous. Great place to stop. Great place to stop. I think we're gonna need ultimately to swing this line out a little bit more. But that's something we can deal with next week.
Oh, the inside of the armpit?
Slightly, I can kind of see it here.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Like kind of angles out just a touch, but
Oh,
not.
yeah,
If you
different
want to put that line in, you can, or we can deal with it next week.
Okay,
But otherwise, I think this looks great.
thanks. This one was harder than I thought it would be.
It was harder and both not harder. It's weird. It's both harder and easier.
Yeah, I
That's
guess certain spots were cool. Like I think the head was the hardest part for me.
Right,
That was hard.
right, right, exactly. But I
It's like
think,
that damn forehead. Like
I think we're getting it. I think the forehead is hard because it's very sharply.
he's angled. Yeah, it's like
There's a super sharp perspective happening, so. Yeah. Yep.
All right, ladies, I'll see you next week.
All right, Melissa, fabulous work.
Thank you.
Fabulous.